Peter,
Hey,
how are you?
good. How are you, sir?
Not bad. I wanted to start off and ask you. I was talking to Erica just before yourself, and she was telling me the story of how you basically ingratiated yourself in order to get this role.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she
Interesting.
did. Yeah,
That's
basically
not how
that.
I saw it, Brian. It's
Well,
not how I
yeah,
saw it
she
at all.
she basically said that you were kind of like skulking around, and then be like, "Oh, I could do this."
Yep.
Um, I was wondering, I mean, the fact that she was obviously writing this around you, I mean, were you trying to like drop in little hints of like, oh, I could totally do that?
Oh, sure.
Or was it, yeah? Okay.
Oh, sure. Just standing in the background with a wooden spoon, pretending I was sword fighting. Oh, certainly. Um, um, Creating a balcony. Just kept looking up at this
Yeah, and
balcony that I
just
had created
pining
out
for
of
it.
paper
Yeah.
mache in the living room. No, I mean it really was. That's how sort of what I love about the homegrown guerrilla style of creating a piece of theater is you sort of it always starts in similar ways of just getting your friends together in somebody's apartment or somebody rents out a room or something. You just need bodies and voices in the room to hear the story. Nobody's coming in there auditioning or with any sort of agendas, but you just get, and we're lucky enough to have a really good group of talented actors and writers and all of that. And you gather everybody around and you read through it and then you talk about it. You get opinions and Erica always listens to everybody's opinions. And I was one of the people because I was there, just sort of a voice and a body to read a part. I
Yeah.
would have read anything. And she said, "Why don't you just read Cyrano?" Because I think somebody else dropped out apparently. um, and then uh, and then I was hooked though. No, it was such what she did was so smart in the adaptation of the original Rustand's piece
Yeah.
from 120 years ago. She updated it in a very clever way. It still feels classic, but it's got this modern sense of like love songs replacing the poetic poetry of the original piece. But love songs are in and of themselves poetry.
Hmm.
She got rid of the nose, which seemed to me always be the it was always sort of overtook the original play
Yeah.
because it was all about this guy and a big nose, and I thought, what's the big deal? It's usually a handsome actor and a fake nose, and I could never get past that. But once she got rid of that, it definitely felt like it had more universal. It felt like it was connected to everybody.
Yeah.
It seemed to
Yeah.
connect with every audience member a great deal more.
The fact that I mean a character like Cyrano that like he's been adapted so many times and played by like Steve Martin or Jose
Oh,
Ferrer or
brilliant,
Jared.
brilliant
Yeah, yeah,
adaptations. Gerard Depardieu is one of my
yeah.
favorites.
I mean, I suppose it's kind of like Hamlet, isn't it? Like every time a new actor comes in, you just have to do something different.
Yeah.
Um, does the fact that all those great actors have played this, does that play on your mind? And would you purposely be like, okay, I'm going to do absolutely nothing like any of them? Or do you internalize it and say, okay, well, he did some of this and he did some of that, and I'm going to use it all? Or how do you
Yeah,
work it? I guess.
I'm not really sure. I think subconsciously we absorb everything.
Yeah,
But I didn't make a point to use or deny anything that the previous actors did playing Cyrano. I hadn't watched any of them for a very long time. Early on, when we started the process, I made a point not to go back and watch them again because just that's the way I work. I just want to make it my own, and I kind of want to not um, do an imitation of anything, even
yeah,
subconsciously. So I'd sort of forgotten about their performances while I did this, and then, but I'm curious. I'm going to go back to them after this is all over, and just to as a viewer and enjoy them again.
yeah,
But yeah, they're fantastic adaptations, definitely, there will be amazing adaptations after this one to come. That's the
yeah.
beauty of these classic pieces, like Hamlet, like Cyrano, like my personal favorite writer, Chekhov. It's a continuum of productions that will never end because they all speak to that whole human connection thing that we can always relate to.
Yeah, and I suppose there's an element as well of the fact that they can be updated and still be relevant. There's that
Oh,
relevancy is
completely.
still there. Yeah.
Yeah. You
Okay.
just need a right reason to why you're updating it and how you're updating it. You
Yeah, for
know,
sure.
it needs to be for a good reason.
Yeah. Okay, I'm getting the wrap up. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. And I love the film as well. I really hope it does well for you.
Great. Cheers, man. Thank you
Cool.
so much.
Thank you.
Lovely to
All the
meet you.
best.
You're in love with her.
My fate is to love her from afar.
We must let her decide our fate. She must have the choice.